What do people do on the weekends? Are there any professional sports teams? How do people stay active and entertained? Well, if that's the info you're looking for, stay tuned. I've put together a list of some fun activities, fun facts, and even some sporting teams that you won't want to miss. This is all about Albuquerque. Hey, it's Skip at Sold by Skip, and we post videos like this every week. So if it's your first time to the channel and you want to learn everything about Albuquerque, including what's it like to live here, work here, play here, be sure to tap that subscribe button, ring the little bell, that way you're notified every time we post a new video. Now, we've been helping people from all over the US buy and sell homes here in Albuquerque, and we look forward to connecting with you too. So give me a call or shoot me a text. So let's dive right into it. What are some of the cool things that we can do in Albuquerque? You know, aside from hiking, skiing, and all the outdoor stuff, do we have any professional sports team? Well, the quick answer is yes. Now, because of our population, we're a minor league town. Now, I was a minor league ball player back in the day, so let's start with the sport that's closest to my heart, baseball. Now, we've got a AAA minor league team here in Albuquerque known as the Isotopes, and they play in the Pacific Coast League, I think, and right now it's with the Colorado Rockies, I believe, is the affiliate. But we always, you know, every few years we transfer between, you know, Dodgers, Rockies, whichever franchise wants to pick us up. But growing up, we always used to go to the minor league baseball games because the stadium was so intimate and you could actually, you know, meet the players, get autographs, and pretty good chance you're going to catch a foul ball. But they redid this stadium not too long ago, and it's one of the nicest minor league stadiums that you'll find in all of pro sports, only because you have great views. You know, when you're sitting in the stands, you can see the Sandia Mountains and the cool sunsets that, you know, bounce off of the mountains. But also the snack bar has some gourmet foods. In fact, that's why my mom and dad always like to go, because you can get Dion's Pizza, I think, and all kinds of New Mexico cuisine and everything, local favorite eats at the snack bar. So Albuquerque Isotopes, and the funny thing is, I think they got their name from an episode of The Simpsons. I guess that was the name of the baseball team. I never saw that episode of The Simpsons. If you saw that episode, comment yes below, give me a like. But I never saw that episode. But also, Isotopes has double meaning, obviously, because New Mexico has deep roots to the old Manhattan Project. A little atomic history there for you. But moving on, if you like professional football, we don't have it. Wow. We have indoor arena football known as the Duke City Gladiators. The stadium where they play at is called Tingley Coliseum, and this is Albuquerque's like oldest, most nostalgic arena, and you see concerts there, UFC fights sometimes, but this is where the minor league hockey team used to play, but now that's the indoor arena football league plays there. But also it's located on the state fairgrounds, so that's where the rodeo is. People always say, well, is Albuquerque a safe town? Well, it is, but one time when I was in high school, we went to Tingley Coliseum, and I remember we were watching the minor league hockey team, and I was so excited to be out. It was like my first time, you know, going out to a pro sporting event, and the guy next to me was super drunk, and he just like dumped his beer on me and wanted to fight me. So yeah, family fun for everyone. Albuquerque is a huge soccer town. Soccer, we've got it. The New Mexico United is our local professional soccer team, always competitive and fast-paced. You know, pro soccer is always fun to watch. It's one of the most, I've never been to a soccer game. What am I talking about? The biggest draw for sporting events would be the University of New Mexico. And like I said, all the stadiums are kind of located centrally near the University of New Mexico campus. University of New Mexico athletics, well, football is very popular. And the football stadium is great. It's your standard college football stadium, but it comes with all the amenities that you would expect for college football. Tailgating is huge. You know, they get the marching band going through the parking lot, getting everybody jazzed up. And everybody's, you know, drinking beers, having a good time to support the University of New Mexico men's Lobo football team. Now, our biggest university sporting team is the University of New Mexico Lobos men's basketball, and their arena is known as the Pit. And the cool thing about the Pit, legend has it, is that they constructed the pit by using dynamite, and they blew this massive pit into the ground and then constructed the basketball arena around this pit. Probably the best basketball arena in college sports that you can find. So University of Mexico is NCAA, plays in the Mountain West Conference. Women's soccer is always competitive every year, and women's soccer is like the main draw. All the high school kids, everybody loves going to the women's soccer games at the soccer stadium. And of course, my favorite, if you follow the channel, is University of New Mexico men's Lobo hockey. In fact, we interviewed the head hockey coach in one of these videos. We'll post it up here. But that's just a grassroots program that's grown, and now it's like one of the hottest tickets in town for, you know, weekend hockey. Because the arena's up in the Northeast Heights. This is the only arena that's actually on the other side of town, but if you make the drive up to the Heights, the arena's always jam-packed. They sell out every game. One of the most popular university sports in Albuquerque. If you've got kids or you like X Games, Duke City BMX. So Duke City BMX actually is the largest covered BMX track in like the world or something like that. But awesome time to go watch BMX sports. And if you have kids that love doing jumps and taking the dirt track, then definitely BMX sports is big in Albuquerque too. It's no question, due to our elevation, that there's plenty of UFC fighters that always train here, right? Because we have thin air and high altitude, but also a background in fighting, Albuquerque. But yeah, so tons of professional UFC fighters call this place home because it's a great place to train. But I've seen UFC fights out in Rio Rancho that are amazing, right? It's a very state-of-the-art venue as well. So now let's do some humble bragging rights for some celebrities that have some deep ties to the city of Albuquerque. Starting off, a little company called Microsoft. You've heard of Bill Gates? Well, started Microsoft here in Albuquerque back in 1975. Sticking with tech, the founder of a little company called Amazon, Jeff Bezos, was born here in Albuquerque. Everybody's favorite TV doctor, Doogie Howser, MD. In fact, here's a funny story. I was bowling one time up in the Heights at the bowling alley, and this guy walked by and we kind of made eye contact, and I was like, damn, the guy looks familiar. And I stopped and I looked over my shoulder, and he had turned around too. He's like, yeah, it's me, Doogie Howser. Neil Patrick Harris, so local celebrity here. Everyone's favorite childhood role models, Beavis and Butthead, actually went to Highland High School, which is a local high school here. And that's because the creator, Mike Judge, actually went to Highland High School here in Albuquerque, or so legend has it. Another star that you probably heard of, Freddie Prinze Jr., Albuquerque alum. Popular stuntman, TV celebrity, Steve-O has ties to Albuquerque. Since fighting is huge here, we have 5-time world champion boxer Johnny Tapia, UFC fighters such as Diego Sanchez and Carlos Condit both called Albuquerque home. And there's one other, a former champion, known for that famous head kick, Holly Holmes, Team Jeff. Of course, auto racing is huge. The Unser family, Al Unser Jr., Sr., Bobby Unser, all have ties to Albuquerque. And in fact, they have a big museum on the west side of town where you can pop in and see some of the old race cars. And lastly, of course, dude, if you ever, and this is true, this is honestly, if you ever need to get your ride pimped, X to the Z exhibits got ties to Albuquerque as well. Whatever happened to him? If you're liking these fun facts so far, do me a favor, smash that like button. It really helps us out. So again, maybe live sports are not your thing. Albuquerque does have the world's largest rattlesnake museum, which obviously you can't pet the rattlesnakes, but they have a ton of rattlesnakes that you can go and observe. And it's just part of our southwestern landscape. So Rattlesnake Museum. Yeah, if you want to get creeped out, definitely check it out. I always talk about this too, but another fun thing to do is go out hiking on the west side of town, and you can actually hike through Albuquerque's volcanoes. So on the west side of town, there's 5 dormant volcanoes. And of course, they were formed like 190,000 years ago. There was actually smoke seen coming out of the volcanoes as recent as 1881. Now, these are insanely old volcanoes. They're dormant, but they are still in their cooling phase, which is why anytime it snows in Albuquerque, the first place that the snow melts is actually around the volcanoes because they're still in their cooling phase and there's residual heat. So if you don't like outdoor sports or hiking or rattlesnakes, let's talk about boozing. And Albuquerque was quick to jump on the microbrew train. And we've got some award-winning microbreweries, and they've done a great job of building some outdoor patios. So it's a great time to go and meet some locals, have some IPAs. Are IPAs still a thing? Can we talk about this? I mean, I'll have one IPA with dinner. I think it goes good with steak, whatever. But if you can go to a brewery and spend all day drinking IPAs, I mean, you're just like chewing on them. I don't get it. I mean, like I said, I enjoy one. I just don't see how that's a thing that you can do all day. I'm more of a seltzer guy myself. I don't know if you can brag about being a seltzer guy, but at least you can drink more than one of them. Piggyback off that, Albuquerque's got one of the oldest wine regions in the country, surprisingly. Well, and the reason is because our dry climate and high desert, dry dirt is prime for growing grapes. I'm not a huge fan of New Mexico wine, but we do have our fair share of wineries. And if you've read the news, then you know green is big here. Not just cannabis, but also our biggest cash crop is New Mexico green chili. Green chili is served on every meal that we have, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And like I said, it's our biggest cash crop with over 66,000 tons of green chili grown, picked, and processed every year. So anyways, if you're thinking about making that move to, in, or around Albuquerque, be sure to reach out. Just give me a call or shoot me a text and we'll get you set up. Wait! Before you leave, I want to share another video I think you might find informative by clicking up here. And lastly, friends, don't forget to subscribe here by clicking this link to stay up to date with future videos. As always, visit soldbyskip.com for a free list of homes priced to sell. Thanks for watching.